zone, give you a little heads up. You got 3 ships up here dropping the anchor. I wouldn't get in a hurry.
I'm not in a hurry, Cap. I done heard it already. Standing by, waiting for you guys to clear up.
On March 28th, 2015, myself and Captain Peace boarded a vessel called the Mistral. It was a 40-foot LPG tanker loaded with pressurized gas. Beautiful vessel, brand new ship, maiden voyage. It was a beautiful day, a beautiful spring day. It was pretty uneventful coming off dock as we continued outbound. Once I came through Lynchburg, we lost engines. I remember being somewhat shocked at how quickly all of this transpired. Usually there's a gradual loss of RPMs, which you have time to figure out what's going on before you lose engines. This happened quite suddenly.
We were in Bayport, which is a little inlet off the Houston Ship Channel with some terminals, and we were waiting to come inbound to transit to a dock to transfer our product. And we got underway, which is leaving the Bayport area, and proceeded to come inbound. And a typical routine day, I had a steersman, young man that was training with me, and under my direction, he was operating the vessel. And we had 2 loaded 30,000 barrel barges, so a 60,000 barrel capability. We had those breasted up, so those are basically 2 football fields of size out in front of our boat, and we had those put together. Routinely, sometimes we'll put them together to be set up for when we arrive at the dock. As we proceeded inbound, we encountered a situation prior to coming through Lynchburg where an outbound gas ship encountered a problem with his engines, and they lost propulsion. And at that time, Captain Sean Arbogast, who was the pilot on watch that day, piloting the ship outbound.
I notified traffic what was going on, and for them to stop all the traffic around me until I got my situation under control. There was one other vessel in the equation that I had to deal with, and that was the Sarah Golden, Golden Barge Lines with Captain J.R. Miller on board. I didn't know Captain Miller at the time, but as I knew that I was going to have to get the ship stopped or we were going to collide. So as the ship came to the left off the bank, I had hard right wheel on it. As she came to the left, I had planned to drop my starboard anchor, and I knew that I was going to hit the bank, and at the point which I hit the bank, I was going to drop my port anchor, and hopefully she was going to fetch up and stop before I got to Captain Miller on the Sarah Golden. I told Captain Miller what was going on. I told him I didn't know what was going to happen, but I did tell him what I thought my plan was at the time.
Golden, I'm coming at you. I'm coming off this bank, coming back at you. I'm fixing to let go of my port hook.
Patrick's in. All right, you want me to go on the 2 and head to the green?
Captain, I don't know if I can get her stopped. I'm letting go of my second anchor now. It looks like I'm swinging good to starboard, so I hope I'm going to stay here.
All right, well, I'm just about stopped, so I can keep backing up, back outbound if that's what you need.
Back her up. I almost got her stopped here, but I'm just afraid that bow's going to push off and swing across the channel in front of me.
Okay, well, I'll keep her backing, sir. Stand by.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you for all your help. Thank you.
Not a problem, sir.
He and I developed a personal relationship at that time as we tried to navigate beside one another to prevent any collision.
He said that he was stopped, and he asked me what I wanted him to do, and I said, I'm not sure what I want you to do. I just need you to try and stay out of my way. And he said, okay. And as I was dropping my anchors and trying to get my ship stopped, he was continuously advising me what he was. Now I'm stopped. Now I'm starting to back up. I have pretty good sternway. I should be out of your way. All of this while I was trying to manage my situation, which I thought was very proactive, extremely professional. He had a good command of the situation.
The information that was passed to us was information that I had learned at the symposium that he would need from me. From his perspective is different from my perspective. I was able to take the details of which he was providing me, and I was able to operate my vessel in a way to prevent the collision, to help him prevent the collision. When losing engines, you're almost helpless. So you are almost dependent upon that other vessel to help you in each and every way they can to prevent a collision, which is our ultimate goal.
Once I got the ship stopped and he was backing up, I would say there was probably, it's hard for me to remember, I remember it being close, but I would say there was probably 300 foot of separation between us. He had 2 loads. It could have been a lot worse. Everything worked out that day because everybody did their job, from VTS to the 2 inbound pilots, especially Captain Miller and his efforts. It goes to show how you can manage a tough situation when everybody does their job.
Just come back from that conference there, so we were just talking about this there.
Well, I'll see you there soon. I'll give you a big old hug and a kiss.
All right. Well, we'll stand by on the kiss, but the hug might be good. Inbound ship coming back ahead here at 120. I'll head to the green, but I will hold it, as close as I can in the middle, and then get you by me on 2.
Oh, you just keep her driving, Cap. I got her running nice and easy for now. Sean, if it sounds agreeable, I'll just be nice and tight on that green side, nice and easy, if it sounds agreeable. Gus, come on, Mike. My bows, I got both hooks down. She's stationary, and if this stern starts to pop off your direction, I'll drive her up, kick her over.
I think by attending the class and really listening and paying attention, getting to meet the pilots, which I got to meet Captain Sean at the very next school. It's just been a privilege to now have that relationship with him. It's a very respectful relationship, and it's a source of great pride to me to have this avenue and to pass on to other mariners the relationship that we have with the Houston pilots, both as a mariner and with our company. It's just really been a very enriching experience.
I would encourage everybody that works on the waterway to attend the Brownwater Bluewater class, because I think it opens everybody's eyes to what the other mariner is experiencing. After taking the class a couple of times now, I've noticed that a lot of young towboat captains don't fully understand what we're doing on these ships, how long it takes to slow down, how long it takes to speed up, how we're constrained by our draft. And at the same time, it was very eye-opening for me, because I've never ran towboats, just tugboats, on what they're looking at and their perspective. There are a lot of hard questions answered during this class, and it's not always extremely friendly, but it's always very professional.
Back in the day, it was like us against them, and that's completely been broken. I feel like with this class, it is broken, and I was like so proud to hear the things that are being, the interaction.
And at the end of the day, I think everybody will say that this class is one of the most valuable continuing education classes that the pilots have developed.